Today we have major important reviews for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, taking into account English translations, official transformation, moveset, and special reviews for Vegito, Ultimate Gohan, and all versions of BUU, no yellow tints, as well as big info on the BUU SAGA release date trailer, and a lot more info. Timestamps are below as well as in the description. Majin Buu Evil, Revenge Death Bomber. I believe that's either his just a super attack or an ultimate attack. Looks more like an ultimate attack to me, but he says utilize attacks that recover health or stop enemies in their tracks. You can transform into 2 absorbed forms, changing the way you battle. So automatically that just tells me that Super Buu will have access to Gotenks and Buuhan. They said 2 absorbed forms, so don't expect Super Buu with Piccolo absorbed. I can't even remember if Budokai Tenkaichi 3 even had that type of form, so this is pretty much the safest bet. If they go with Gotenks and Buuhan, then that pretty much works for me, honestly. No real complaints from my end. And here's where we get Gotenks. Yeah, one of my favorite versions of Super Buu. So blow your enemies away with explosive blasts, then continue the damage with your special attacks. And of course he's called Majin Buu Evil Gotenks Absorbed Super Donut Chain. And you can see him using that attack against Gohan, who looks to be in great distress. Even though it's a bad quality image just because it's a scan, you can see Gohan making a type of face. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing it in full. And now we go into Buuhan, or Majin Buu's Evil Gohan Absorbed Super Ghost Buu Attack. Yeah, I guess this is just one of those translation things because it's supposed to be whatever. You know what? Obviously there's Super Buu and his ghosts, and absorb Ultimate Gohan in a unique cutscene. Okay, then transform. Avoid enemy attacks with your after image technique. Then go on the offense with a dangerous special attack. So that's pretty cool. It will be like a full-on cutscene. And then they said that Xenoverse 2 shouldn't have in-game cutscenes for transformations. They shouldn't have unique cutscenes. But hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, Sparking Zero is gonna implement it, and it's gonna make it look good, and it's gonna work. That's how these games go. And I'm actually I'm really looking forward to playing as Buuhan, because he's also, I want to say, one of my other favorite versions of Buu in general. I would say he's my favorite version of Buu, just to be honest. That him, and then Gotenks, and then Kid Buu, and then Super Buu. With, of course, Buuhan being the strongest version of Buu. Unless you count the anime, and then that's a whole lot of a whole rabbit hole is what I want to say. But honestly, I really like the fact that Buuhan is here, and really looking forward to seeing more of him. Now let's go on. Alright, and then we have Kid Buu, or Majin Buu Pure. His ultimate attack seems to be Planet Burst, and his description says combine quick close ranged attacks with instant transmission to endlessly pressure your opponent. Wouldn't really be surprised if Kid Buu is probably one of the better characters to play as in Sparking Zero in terms of Buus. It's just a speculation thing on my part. Let's look at anything else. Alright, now we're going into the fusions. Well, the protagonist specifically. So here we have Gotenks Super Saiyan 3. While his special attacks have humorous names and movements, they hold tremendous firepower. His cheerful and powerful traits are wonderfully recreated from the source material, with him using that technique, charging Ultra Buu VolleyBall. Yeah, sounds about right. And then we have Ultimate Gohan, pretty much one of my favorite versions of Gohan. Probably second to Super Saiyan 2 Kid Gohan. So obviously here it says Burst Rush. With high damage and swift close range attacks, he can easily dominate unprepared opponents. He can even counter out of his close range attacks, making him the perfect choice for players that want a style focused on close combat. Now, from memory, and actually just from replaying Tenkaichi 3 at times, this character plays really good. Like I'm talking from a casual perspective. Like when you play him, it's like his combos and attacks are just so satisfying to play as. I can't speak in regards to the competitive scene because that's a whole nother ball game. But when you go into Tenkaichi 3 and you play as Gohan, it's like there's just a satisfying feel with playing as him, man. I have no doubt that the status quo will continue for Sparking Zero. And almost everyone's favorite character and one of the most iconic characters from the BUU saga is Vegito. And it says, his multiple after image technique allows him to avoid one attack after another, just like the source material. His battle style leaves enemies in the palm of his hand, while the power of his special attacks are on a whole different level. And he'll of course have Spirit Sword, which I believe we've seen parts of in the from like official gameplay images and even that trailer. And I'm very happy that we didn't see this character in those dumb demos. Like just being able to be hyped for this character and just look forward to playing as him while Spike doesn't spoil everything he has by showing more of him continuously, or Bandai Namco doesn't get to show off everything, that they don't get to advertise him to the general player base. It's just really, really good. All right, moving on. I'm gonna keep this more straight to the point now. Fusions and latent abilities unleashed overwhelm enemies with tremendous firepower. A new presence and game-related information inside. Legendary Super Warriors are waiting beyond the page. All right, now we go into this other page with Vegeta. I guess this one is obviously talking about beams and ball clashes. So a striking visual of a beam clash, which if you look, Vegeta is doing that thing where it's with that dimension shatter nonsense. That's annoyed a lot of people. And then with Goku and Ultra Instinct Goku and Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, battles reach a new level of excitement with the impact action. With these new tools making your battles more immersive than before, recreate the intense brawls and unforgettable beam clashes with your own hands. Experience heated close combat fights, a fierce back and forth. All 4 impact actions are revealed. So the first is Blast Impact, which is just a beam struggle. 2 beams clash, creating an explosive visual, an intense clash. Now Clash Impact. Your fists collide, creating a shockwave that leads into a flurry of devastating blows. Powerful fists meet. Speed Impact. Unleash punches and kicks at unbelievable speeds. Lightning fast strikes that could cut through air. Pretty much what you see in standard Dragon Ball games is what it looks like. Power Impact. A struggle that splits the lands. That's the one that we saw in the I believe in that trailer with Broly and Kefla. Not Kefla, Broly and Kale. But Power Impact, a struggle that splits the lands. Violent winds blow in this dynamic test of strength. And that pretty much concludes it for the impact section. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show off all the close-up, pretty much close-up images of all the things that we see in this scan. And then I'm going to talk about the trailer that's supposed to come out. So here's the thing, in the translated scan, it says, check out the video for these super warriors here. So this is of course, take into account what is shown regarding Vegito, Gohan, and Gotenks. So when you actually do the QR code stuff, it puts you to this page where it just shows off all the trailers so far. Now, Vjump typically releases around the 21st of every month. And guess what happens during the 21st? Gamescom. So that means that around the 21st, or maybe even the 20th if you kind of get into the technicalities of time zones and all that stuff, we should be seeing the BUU Saga trailer either on the 20th or the 21st for the Xbox livestream. So basically, for the opening night, we'll either have the actual trailer there on the 20th, or at the Xbox livestream, we'll have the actual trailer on the technical 21st US time. So it does not look like we will have to wait anywhere between the 26th to the 30th